Oh, hello. Welcome back to Pinball Workshop. I've got a little bit of a mess on my hands from being gone for a month or so with work. So what we're going to be doing today in this video is removing the side rails to my Williams Flash Gordon. I'm going to be walking through and going ahead and starting some paint, getting the cabinet ready. We won't be covering that in a video, but I want to get the cabinet prepped and then ready for some pinball pimp stencils. So first video is let's take care of those side rails. So one thing I'm going to do to this Flash Gordon cabinet is I want to be able to get the side rails off so I can be able to sand this back a little bit, apply some primer, and begin to do the re-stenciling of the cabinet. But before that, the side rails are somewhat of an issue to get off. Now, what you'll notice if you looked at any earlier games, especially Williams or Bally in this case, and actually this is a Bally, not a Williams, so apologies. You've got these twist nails. So a twist nail looks much like this. You can see here that there is no head in terms of using like a screwdriver, and that nail just kind of twists into place. I went ahead and removed one to show you what that looks like. I will tell you that if you go to your local hardware store, you may not be able to find these. So instead of trying to pull them out, drill them out, or cut a slot to try to get a screwdriver in there, I found a better way to do it. A couple tools that you'll need. I actually have two different sizes of what I call like these multi-purpose paint tools, paint scrapers. But the interesting thing to note on these is that you want one that has a little bit of a beveled edge. So you want to start somewhat thin, and then if you can see there's a little bit of a bevel, and then it gets thicker as it gets there. You can see the bevel there on the top. Because what we want to do here is actually get underneath between the plywood cabinet and the side rail and just give a little bit of a lift, just to kind of pull the twist nail out a little bit. Once the twist nail has been pulled a little bit outward, I come in with these pair of end nip trimmers. I bought these specific. You can actually buy these on eBay or Amazon. You can see here that it's got a very flat head. And the point here, it has no bevel. If you go to like Lowe's or Home Depot, you'll find something that has a bevel in there, and we don't actually want that bevel because we want something that can grab on that head very easily. So if I have my twist nail, I can come on here, I can grab that twist nail and then just pull it straight out. Now it's important to note, you may be able to see this. I'm going to move the camera a little bit closer. You will have to specifically maybe have to bend the side rail just a little bit. So there's a little bit of a bend there where I had to get in there. But in order to get that twist nail out, that's really all. It's the only thing that you really have to do. You can bend that back and get it back into shape once you've got the side rail out. Now, there's some other things that need to be done as well. I need to remove, obviously, the flipper buttons, and then this is actually going to be a carriage bolt, a small carriage bolt that's nutted on the inside. I'll remove that as well. And then from there, this should just pop off. So let's go and get started. All right, so we've got one right here. It's a little bit hard to get to. I could try to come up underneath it here, try to pop it up. I'm gonna actually try that first. I think I may be able to pull this back and move it up in there and see if I can kind of give it a little bit of a flex. I'm not giving it a lot I'm not giving it a lot of pressure. I don't want to bend this too much, but just enough that I can get the nippers or the trimmers in there and get a pull on it. And it's coming. You can start to see the head's now protruded a little bit. I can now get a better grip on it. And there we go. There is one removed. Now, you may see sometimes you'll get a little bit of head issue. You can always buff that out, clean that up, take a little bit of a drill to it, kind of get that back flat again. But now that is nice and clean, nice and free. So we're going to go ahead and repeat this multiple times down the specific side rail, and we'll get this rail off. All right, so the rail is now free now that I've got all the twist nails removed, and that just magically comes off. And now you can see what was left underneath. So obviously we're going to be repainting, so any of these scratches and whatnot don't matter. But the good news is we've got this off. We really haven't really damaged this at all. I'm going to probably take this over my buffing wheel. So a little bit of a hammer job here and there, but this will be nice and cool, clean up very nice. now that I've got that, I can now remove from this side. You'll see that you have where your glass, right here, slides into the machine. So this is going to be that, the word that I'm searching for is going to be right here. But you're now able to remove this. This is plastic. It's kind of very lightly put into this, the crease here on the machine. And what you're trying to do here is just not break it. You can rebuy this. I've replaced these in the past, but I'm going to try my hardest not to break it so I don't have to buy any more from Pinball Life. There we go. Now that I have this side done, I've got to repeat on the other side. And to spare you all from watching this again, I'll do this side much quicker. All right, I've got both side rails off. As you can tell, that was actually pretty easy here on the left one to get. I mean, obviously, look at the difference in terms of the fade over time. Now that I've got that done, you can see I still have some hardware that I need to remove. Since I am going to be repainting this cabinet and as a part of the Pinball Pimp stencil kit, I need to be able to take everything else out of this because I am going to also clean and paint the inside of the cabinet as well. One other thing that I'll have to be doing is replacing this piece of wood here. It has served its purpose, so I'll have to get me a piece to replace this. If I pull that piece off and then cut a pattern that matches. So next step in terms of this cabinet, I'll go ahead and keep the disassembly process going here, taking all the wire braid out and cleaning this up. And then the next video on this cabinet will be the Pinball Pimp cabinet installation video. So that'll be coming in probably the next week or so. So stay tuned. It's been a Pinball Workshop. We'll catch you next time.